You've heard of value investing from people like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. But what is value investing? And does it fit in your portfolio? And does it work in real estate? Stay tuned to find out more. My name is Gary Wong from GaryWongRealty.com. I'm the author of the book on Vancouver real estate. And once again, I'm here with Peter Leung. If you don't know who he is by now, check out our first video over here. We've been shooting a series of videos on wealth and money. And today we're going to be talking about the 5 simple steps to massive wealth, aka value investing, preached about by people like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. Welcome to the show, Peter.
Thank you, Gary. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great to have you. Tell us a little bit more about value investing for people who have no clue what it is.
Well, you know what? I've been using it for a number of years now. And as a matter of fact, a lot of my successful clients, they're really, really big into value investing because they believe in finding value in whether it's in stocks, whether it's in real estate, whatever asset classes they choose, they look for where the value is and what the growth is going to be, the projectile for the next 5 to 10 years. That's how they become very, very wealthy.
So how's that different from normal investing? Like, what does the normal average investor invest like?
Well, average investors, I mean, you and I know, right? A lot of people, they just choose a stock, they don't know anything about it, or they buy some real estate, they know nothing about it, and they actually plunge a lot of money into the stock, and they just wait, right? They wait till the stock goes up a little bit and they sell, right? A lot of traders out there. People want to get in and out of things, right? They're very short-timed. They look at things from a perspective of days, weeks, months, but not in a number of years.
Okay, so if they want to be like the Warren Buffett or the Charlie Munger, give us some pointers on how to be a value investor fan.
Well, you gotta first and foremost, you gotta value your time and you gotta value your money. You gotta be able to research exactly what you want. Whether it's in real estate or whether in stocks or in the financial market, you have to have knowledge in the market. So you have to know the underlying. So number one, you gotta know the underlying. You have to be able to understand the business that you're about to invest in. Whether it's business, equities, or real estate, you have to understand the asset class. So that's number one. Number two, you have to look for something that has a unique value, right? Without a unique value, it's just like another company, right? Well, how's this piece of real estate any different? How's this stock any different? And that's something that value investors dramatically look for in terms of their value investing approach.
Okay, so look for value and value your time.
You got to value your time.
Okay.
You got to know what you're investing in.
Okay, know what you're investing in.
Absolutely.
So do your homework.
Right.
And then number 2 is
you have to find something unique and why you're investing in it. Right.
Okay. And
whether it's that waterfront or whether it's right in front of a park, it's got to have some unique intrinsic value. That's why you're investing in it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'd just be another thing that you're investing into.
Okay.
Right? So number 3, it's you need to understand the management. So in real estate, it could be the person looking after your property, who's going to take care of it, which person are you going to have to look for the properties, or vice versa, who's the management of the companies. If you're going to buy equities in a company, like a small business, a friend's business, do you understand how they are as a manager? Do they understand what they're doing and where their vision leads? It's not about today, it's not about tomorrow. Business doesn't happen overnight, right? Investors invest for the long haul. That is what value investing basically is.
Okay, and then how does this fit in an average investor's portfolio?
Well, first and foremost, you have to have time, right? You have to have time in value investing. You want to make sure that you're able to apply your business strategy to meet the time frame that you're looking for. So if you're perhaps saving for a home and you're doing something for a very short term, you might want to invest into things that are a little bit more liquid, right? But at the same time, if you're investing into long haul, you're looking at retirement, you're looking at saving for a college education in 5 years for your kids. You need to be able to identify that time frame. And then you need to be able to identify how you're going to be able to find those businesses that have that value, right, Gary? So just same as the real estate. If you're going to hold it for the next 5 years, what do some of your clients do?
Well, most of them, like they just invest in their first-time home buyer, like they buy their first property, and some of them they're looking for the positive cash flow properties as their first investment property, but those are really hard to find in Vancouver's market.
Well, so how do you find those value in real estate?
You basically just keep searching, and you keep searching, you analyze, and out of 100, 200 homes that you see, there's like maybe like maybe 5%, less than 5% are actually good deals.
So if I came to you and I wanted some value in my real estate, what would you tell me?
I would say, well, I would ask them, what are you looking for? What specifically? Is it asset appreciation? Is it cash flow? And what's your time frame? What location are you interested in investing in? And I'd basically narrow that down, because based on how you answer those questions, then I would look accordingly.
Well, you'd value comparables, right?
Correct.
So it's same as equities, right? It's no different. Asset classes fundamentally work exactly the same way. Whether it's in stocks, businesses, or in real estate, you look at comparables. How does Coca-Cola compare to Pepsi? How does residential on this particular street value against somebody two blocks away? So you'd look at the fundamentals of what business does. You want to find those businesses that have that, what we call moat, the uniqueness about those businesses.
You compare Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and all the other competitors.
Yeah, absolutely.
And see, oh, there's Red Bull. They're a little bit different. And then they'd...
Well, not only different, what's the underlying asset? How does that impact? So it's not just what looks good, right? You have to value things like how their value of strata fees, or perhaps how do they value in terms of their property taxes? What's their value? What's their growth? What type of views are you getting? That's a little bit different from everybody else. Those are unique advantages that allows for value investing over time. Because people don't invest, traders don't make it, right? Traders fundamentally don't make it. Because you can't become a billionaire. There's very few people like George Soros that can invest in and out of a stock over short periods of time to make that money. Us as investors, we want to focus on the long term. We want to focus on things that have the underlying core value, that in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, it's not about getting rich quick, it's about getting rich for sure.
So what should they do to get started?
Well, first and foremost, don't always listen to your friends, right? I've encountered a lot of my clients, a lot of people I know, they talk about, my brother-in-law says this, well, this is the stock to invest. I'll tell you, for the most of the time, you have to do your own research. You have to know what you're investing in. You have to be adamant on doing your due diligence, right? But aside from that, hearing what your brother has to say, I mean, your brother, no offense to the plumbers, but could be a plumber. What do they know about that asset class? What do they know about real estate? So make sure you talk to the professionals. But at the same time, the people you trust, they love you, but that might not be it. So you have to identify what the true value of a fundamental asset is going to be. So if it's going to be in business, how much dividends do they pay? Or in terms of real estate, how much rent does it generate? That is very fundamental, right? Otherwise, what you have is you're just picking it out from air and you're plucking it, with your own thought. That's not going to give you returns over the long haul.
Okay, so let's summarize. So what is value investing? In three things. It is know
your product, research. Okay. You have to have research, right?
And then
something unique.
Yeah, right? Something unique. Know your product, something unique.
Something unique that has a core value, right? And last but not least, you have to know who's managing that product.
Who's managing the product?
Yeah, absolutely.
So in real estate, it'd be like know your area or know your location. And then what's unique about it? Is it waterfront or is it a penthouse or something like that? And number three, if you're gonna buy this investment property, who's gonna manage it? Who's your team? Your core team. Okay. And then what about in stocks or like?
Well, the same thing. Who runs the company? Who's the CEO? Are they passionate about their business? Do they know their business?
So know the business.
Absolutely.
Know the business. Is there something fundamentally unique about this business?
Yes.
And then who's manning the ship?
Absolutely. Who's the captain?
Who's the captain? Great. I hope you found value in this video. We're going to talk about more with Peter Leung, the global investor. So stay tuned in our next videos. I know you're watching my videos to learn about real estate. You've got real estate questions. I've got real estate answers. So put your questions and comments in the comment section below. I do read all of my comments. And if my team finds a particular comment to be really good, they'll pin it to the top and perhaps we'll make a future video on it. So if you haven't done so already, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified of future videos. And I strongly recommend to watch my other videos over here.